Okay, so I've made this is the first in a series of videos which is going to explain the enhancements we've made to the new Ariane Pollable buffer. These buffers are high performance buffers designed to enhance the reliability of the data collection process. And in addition to that, in a multi-site environment, they are required to collect the data locally and await a signal from the main site, the multi-site version over at the main site to send the data that is being held from the PBX here, send it to the main site where reports can be run, etc. So we have made these enhancements because with time, as time progresses, we have security issues that arise, and we've had to address those in a proactive manner. And so one of the major enhancements we've made is we have considerably enhanced the securities of these buffers. So we have moved from CentOS 6.x to Rocky Linux 9.3, that's the current version, and we are using Rocky Linux 9 minimal image, and that's to reduce the attack surface. And we have done some penetration testing on this. We have followed extensive Linux hardening guidelines. We have run security audits on these buffers and came up with a very high score. And I'm satisfied that these buffers are going to enhance the security of your operation. That's one, and I'm going to talk about that, and we're going to focus on that in a separate video. Additionally, there are certain files, right? As a matter of fact, there's a particular file called the capture text that is accumulated on these remote site buffers. So in your environment, your enterprise one, you have your PBXs at your various sites, site 1, 2, 3, site X, and these PBXs send quality records. That's SMDR, also known as CDR, quality records or station message detail records. That's the date, time, duration, number dialed, extension that originated the call, etc. So this data is, the raw data from the PBX is collected in a file called capture text. Previously, this data resided and it stayed on the buffer. It wasn't available here unless we ran some manual FTP process. What we have done is we have used some file replication services running on the Nova machine as well as the remote site buffers to automatically move this file and other files to the respective site directory at the main Nova site, main Nova PC, right? So the tool that we are using is rsync, the Windows equivalent of rsync on this central machine, as well as you have to have an equivalent rsync on the remote buffers. And the process is being automated by this task scheduler here. So this task scheduler is going to automatically initiate the running of rsync. Rsync is going to, on this Nova machine, rsync is going to go out and at a scheduled time, it's going to contact each of these buffers, look at the difference, compare the capture text on the buffer with the version that is on the remote site, notice if there's a difference, and replicate the difference. Okay, it only needs to do a full copy once at the beginning of the process. After that, it just monitors the differences between the capture text on the buffer and the capture text at the equivalent site directory, and then it replicates that. So this is a great enhancement. The capture text could stand up in a court of law. It can withstand chain of custody testing, right? So that's a major enhancement that we delivered to to these new buffers. And thirdly, these are machines. They occasionally, not very often, but they may fail from time to time. What happens when a buffer fails out in the field? How do you know? Well, you may see on the Nova machine here, it says unable to contact the buffer. But what we did additionally is we wanted you to be proactively informed that the buffer is down. Okay, or maybe the CPU utilization for some reason, very unlikely, but it's still possible, maybe too high, the memory utilization, or some other critical metric. So what happens is that we have added SNMP version 3, the current and most secure version of SNMP 3, so that you can monitor this from your network management system, be it SolarWinds or Zabbix or PRTG, any one of those enterprise network management solutions. Right? So those are the enhancements that we have added to the buffer, and we are very proud of it. We welcome your constructive criticism. I'm going to leave a link below in the video so that you can send us your comments. And so thanks for your attendance and your attention. And that's basically it. So